Alright, hello, this is the first scrim for EGF stuff. Basically two teams, Bethel High School, and I just realized I don't know this team. Let me just quickly, I think Storrs, I should probably actually ask. Uh, Professionalism, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah, I am Gorka, by the way, so if you want to know who I am. Yeah, alright. So, yeah, blue team is currently on defense, and Legion, wait, no, hold up. That's my team, no. I'm asking who the hell they are. Just trying to get control. This is my first cast for this season, so I've been a bit rusty on the camera controls. Alright, anyways, let me actually look at the comps for each side. We got, okay, both teams are going with a pretty standard 2-2, and actually, defense, crap, they haven't told me their names. I'm just going to go with Storrs. Storrs are currently, okay, what the, no, that's,
The sight of
wow,
one
this
of
is
my
embarrassing.
finest
Okay,
kids.
Get
That day,
out of this.
I felt
No, I
alive.
don't want to.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Stop staring at them. Okay, I should really. This is ridiculous. Okay, so I guess we watch from the perspective of Tree Fire. Yes. Crap, I am so distracted right now. What's that? Hold on. What the fuck do you? How do you? Okay, so basically both teams, Bethel High is taking control of Hotel right now, and this used to work. What is happening? Okay, I need to take a 5-minute breather. I'll get back to commentating the moment I actually manage to figure this stuff out. Because for some reason, camera controls are just decided to not work. How do I spectate? Side camera, spectate next, left, spectate self, toggle, go, separate, spectate lock on. Oh, now it worked because the character died. Okay, anyways, back to the game. So BHS has just started off with a very solid start. They took over the hotel room and managed to actually take over the payload. They have 3 players. They're Doomfist and both tanks are just blowing up, you know, forcing the enemy team to stay back and play at a choke point, while the rest of the team supports can actually move the payload upwards. Doomfist up here is actually going to be focusing on just flanking around and doing backline harassing. While, although, yeah, no, he's jumped into the fray, fighting right now. Reinhardt Meyer is going in to try to finish his team. Ult's coming out from Brigade, yes. And Meyer bringing down his shield since it has too much damage. Trying to pin down somebody, gets axiomatic, but does get picked off very quickly. And Dragon is moving in as Diva, trying to attack, taking one-on-one with Professor, and Professor gets eliminated right there, and BHS has full control of the second point, making a very simple and smooth transition into the later half of the map. Most of the ults are coming into play right now. There are 3 ults per team, 4 actually on the BHS team right now. Mega Best Girl's up here trying to go after Moth, but Moth manages to run away and protect himself. Mega Best Girl is still up there, being able to attack, although he does come down and brings out his Meteor Strike. He's not exactly aiming anywhere, but he's trying to go after Moth, doesn't really get him. Meyer gets taken down, Reinald's come out, and the only one that really works is Axiomatics, who actually gets nano boosted into an attack. High Noon coming in from some team, and then self-destruct just to clear out the, ending area. I don't think that any of these people are going to be able to get it back there. Meyer is trying to rush in to prevent the payload from being capped, and he actually gets in there in time with Moth up there, protecting from the sky. Mega Best Girl is in a bit of a pickle, but actually gets saved, manages to go behind Maxiomatic, but he, moves way too far out, and like Icarus gets killed. Duck is trying to stick on the point, along with Axiomatic. Meyer trying to contest that. Anna, that's Master Chicken, is doing a very good job just supporting his team. right over here, although Meyer gets taken out by Dragons, you know, with movement, and Mothville's taken out, and as BHS clears out the final defenders at the final point, they take the first round with a very solid push, really. There were very few points where they were actually, you know, stopped or prevented from pushing, you know, kind of interrupted. So they just stick to the point, we managed to get those frags, and did a very good job with, you know, everything. I'm trying to figure out. Alright. So yeah, and oh yeah, this was a button. Okay. Yeah, first cast of the season, you know, that's why it's a scrim, not an actual game. So now teams have switched. We're seeing a very similar comp, almost identical, with the Reaper coming out for defense instead of Doomfist, you know, allowing for more zone control and just being able to tear through the tanks, you know, and allowing the rest of the team to get to the squishies. Ideally, they'll have Megu, you know, stay in the back, picking off supports and just doing general damage, as while CG Gaming, you know, deals with the tanks, and obviously everybody else just supporting. As we go over here, Storrs is they currently have 2 players undecided, but right now they have, well, oh, it seems like they're going for a dive comp here, actually using the Lucio to boost in along with Diva and Winston. All gonna get around there. Shadow Fang going for the Moira, so that'll be nice. Some more solid healing. CG Gaming is going to be staying at the left side in the theater area and theater drop to, you know, cut off any attacks from there. Though I'm assuming from their flanking, from their dive comp, I'm assuming they're just going to jump over the wall and directly have Winston bubble in and maybe make a ruckus over by the right side of the statue so that the rest of the team could go and run around to the left and get on point, taking control. That will be very difficult. Maybe CG Gaming's position right here is actually very nice, because if they go through the theater, they will be able to cut them off. But if they go around to the left side, he can also do a lot of nice damage to the squishies in the back. And I also believe Mega Vesco is over there as well, unless if he's no, he's moved position. So just sticking at the typical place. See, CG Gaming takes care of Winston, so Meyer is down. They know his position now, and Tree Fire is trying to deal with CG Gaming. He gets Wraith is out of there, and now Meyer is coming back and trying to jump back in. Professor just trying to do some lobbing some grenades in. Storrs aren't exactly pushing in very much. They're trying to deal with CG. We'll see if CG actually pushes in. Now he's enjoying Megu over in the hotel, and now they've actually conceded a bit of area. Storrs have managed to push up a bit more and get control of statue. Winston's jumping in, but his team is actually coming in to, you know, support him up. Meyer's taken out, and Megu comes out with a high noon who gets 3 kills. Wow, that completely shuts down the entire push. Shadow Fang tries to just use a Mercy ult for some reason, probably to revive someone, but doesn't really work out and just winds up losing the ult. Although, I believe, was that an ult? Oh no, sorry, pardon me. He was just reviving someone. He's still, his ult's at 80-something%, although he's gone back to playing as Zenyatta. And we were bringing out a Hammond for Meyer, trying to boost in there, make a ruckus, dealing with bringing the attention of BHS. That would have been very nice if he actually got support from his team, but that didn't really happen. Axiomatic coming in here, doing quick work of him. CG Gaming actually finish it up. Shadow Fang is in a tricky position. Both supports in the hotel for Storrs, so Baby Diva is also in the hotel, but, you know, getting destroyed. If you look at the ult economy, Tree Fire is the only one on Storrs with his ult, but while if you look at Bethel, and they already have, you know, Death Blossom and Earth Shatter and a boost. So they could definitely do a lot of very nice combo there, actually. Earth Shadow can be comboed with Nano Boost. And we see Earth Shadow going down actually right now, and Dragon and Axiomatic pushing in, just forcing the players of Storrs out of the position. Street Fighter is trying to get some picks, but doesn't really get anybody. CG Gaming is just doing a very nice number on their back line. Shadow Fang, actually no, Shadow Fang actually got rid of CG Gaming. Riptide coming out and getting rid of Axiomatic, allowing Storrs to push in, but Dragon's self-destruct comes out and only really picks off the Professor, while Moth decides to pop his Lucio, all sound barrier. Dragon and Duck are still both on the point, along with CG Gaming and Master Chicken, actually there, and a back in. Once again, another Death Blossom comes out and gets canceled out by the guy's, you know, self-destruct. Tree Wire is behind the enemy lines trying to deal with Axiomatic. Axiomatic is holding on to point, just stalling for his team, preventing them from, getting this time. High Noon coming out from Mega Basquiat wasn't exactly the ideal situation. He gets Shadowfang and Meyer, but Storrs still have full control of the point, and they're going to be able to cap it. So now BHS are trying to, they should really regroup right now. They're a bit spread out here. CG Games have gone to Doomfist right now, probably for the higher mobility to, play around the card a bit more. But really, BHS is just, getting themselves together right now and trying to organize this stuff. Tree Fire actually picking off Master Chicken, very nice pick, staggering their respawns, while Duck and Dragon do force him back. We see that CG Gaming was trying to do a flank round, but Shadowfang actually manages to do a number on him and takes him out. All Stories is just sticking on the point. We have Bridget's ult coming out, but they're not really pushing in with it. They only have 2-3 players along with Bridget, so Axiomatic, Mega, and Dragon. So both tanks are going in, but Bridget's also already out. They do have their extra health, which is very nice. Duck over here just got trapped, but being able to defend himself. And actually, BHS seems to be getting a lot of control of the point and being able to do it. Hammond's ult does go down, which allows Storrs to once again regain control of the point. But BHS actually deals with most of the mines quite efficiently. And even though Axiomatic was just eliminated, most players, actually no, Axiomatic was not eliminated. He actually eliminated several other players. And now BHS have actually taken over control of the point in a very nice move. Myers, they're able to do a very quick work and effectively get rid of those mines from Meyer, which is a very nice play right there. And honestly, they're just sticking up there. They've positioned CG Gaming. Was he up there? No, they moved him back actually. He was up there in that window to keep an eye and just flank, but right now he's with the team. Alright, so they're sticking with the same comp. CG Game's actually gone to Winston, so now he's jumping behind that. He has Discord on him, so he's going to have to be a bit careful. Dragon's ult comes out, only gets rid of Moth, but does a lot of damage on Meyer and of Storrs Diva. She tries, using self-destruct, but it doesn't really work. Gets blocked by Axiomatic. Professor, ooh, very nice fire from Axiomatic, getting rid of Riptire from Storrs. Right now, Meyer is trying to push in along with the team, not doing too much of a good. I'll do that. We're doing a good job. Dragon rushing in just to cause a distraction and do some damage. He gets popped out of his mech though, and now as Baby Diva has to run away and make sure that he doesn't die. CG Gaming though manages to bring attention to himself and prevent from saving Vito. Dragon. High Noon coming out from Mega Basquiat, not really doing very much damage. Mega's actually kind of behind the team. Let's see if he can deal with Shadowfang. Nope, Shadowfang gets the better of the duel and actually takes him out. But doesn't really matter as BHS still have full control of the point. As I say that, Moth decides to pop his sound barrier, allowing the Storrs to jump in. And Storrs self-destruct is coming out, but doesn't really get anybody. And Duck actually starts his Bridget ult. And this is actually really nice hold here. The Bridget ult really allowing the team to just stick here and play well. Duck is actually doing a nice job of pushing everybody back, and Primal Rage coming out from CG Gaming, doing a large number. Professor's Riptire comes out, taking out Duck and Dragon, but that actually does allow Storrs to go back and take control of the point. CG Gaming is trying to contest it, but doesn't really do a very good job. Axiomatic was with a nano boost, but gets booted back into a corner. Doesn't really make much use of the nano boost, but still manages to allow the rest of his team with Megu and Master Chicken to run back onto the point and help him take control. Diva ult coming out from Storrs, actually taking out Axiomatic. He must have ran out of his shield at that moment. But Dragon and Master Chicken are still both on point. Meyer has been able to push them back out though, and the rest of Storrs are currently sticking to the point. Diva ult coming in from from Dragon, not really actually getting anybody, and the Professor's still pushing the cart over to the second point. So we have two players from BHS trying to come in, jump in. Tracer, Pulse Bomb coming out, but not really getting anybody. And Axiomatic has managed to come back up here as CG Gaming gets taken down. So, that's Dragon gone. That's not Dragon, sorry, Duck gone, and now Dragon's also been taken out. Axiomatic also taken out, and Mega Basquiat is definitely running back so he doesn't get staggered. Very inconsistent hold, a bit of a you know, back and forth between there, but Storr manages to finally push the cart to the second point, and BHS are gonna have to, you know, regroup and manage to hold at this choke. Hammond's pushing in, and Myers just using his ult, right? Area of denial, actually taking out Mega Best Girl, and just forcing the BHS team to, you know, stay back and stay at the final point, while allowing the supports to just push the payload uncontested. Very nice move right there. You know, we hear a Junkrat ult coming out from someone. Oh, Mega Best Girl is currently playing as a Junkrat, so we are having a BHS ult coming out, getting both Moth and the Professor. Very nice pick, and that allows for Axiomatic to run in, along with Duck and CG Gaming. An ult coming out from Storrs, you defend the Transcendence, defending most of the team, but doesn't really allow them to take control of the point again. Alright, that self-destruct not doing very much. The guy still has mech though, and Axiomatic, if he's not careful, could get destroyed here. The guy is getting stunned, and Storrs is managing to push back in here, although the tanks are taking some heavy damage. Master getting picked off by the Professor, along with some damage done. Moth is over here just taking on the point, trying to push it as much as they can, but Axiomatic actually stuns him, and they're probably about to get taken down. He is eliminated, and now BHS is actually taking full control of the point as the time runs out, not allowing Storrs to get the overtime and preventing them from getting to the second point. Very well played by both teams on their pushes. You know, BHS did show their control and were much more able to, you know, take full control of the payload during their time pushing it. And Storrs obviously being capable of, you know, playing back and forth, not, you know, completely getting dominated by BHS, but in the end they weren't exactly able to maintain their strength and their positioning on the payload, so, you know, they kind of lost control and now allowing BHS to take control on the defensive side. And 3 of the 4 cards going to BHS, so Dragon, you know, Axiomatic and Duck getting those cards. So yeah, that as the first map, King's Row. The maps are being decided kind of on the fly, so not exactly sure what the next map shall be. I'll definitely be asking the other players right now. So yeah, honestly, I feel like both teams, I would definitely say that Storrs' ult economy, ult usage could definitely be a bit more efficient. Honestly, I feel like they kind of are just shooting ults out into, especially the D.Va self-destructs. A lot of them felt like they were just kind of thrown in because D.Va was low in health and she saw like 2 players, so and then decided to pop the ult based on that. So I feel like their usage of their ults could be a bit better. Also, it doesn't really seem like when one player used an ult, especially I believe it was Shadowfang who was on Zenyatta, he didn't exactly you know, do a good job. Well, it wasn't so much him, it's just he would pop his Transcendence, but he wouldn't really allow his team to move in, and the team itself didn't really take advantage of it and move in with the Transcendence. Every time they've done it was, you know, kind of defensively and just allowing them to stand their ground, not really using it as a push. So yeah, definitely their ult usage is wasn't too great. BHS, a bit more efficient on that. They were able to, you know, get the nanos and get their dragons. Self-destructs were very good at zoning the players. But anyways, time for the second map of the day. A nice 2 point contest point, capture point. What's the name of this game? One of those things. Map Hanamura, nice little place in Japan. So I will say that we will have BHS first on their, you know, offense first. So we will see what the team comps are currently being chosen. Hanamura, a very nice map. Honestly, I feel like this choke right here is very crucial to take control of. It's you know, it's very much if the defending team can take full control of this area and like just keep an eye on the top left hole, then they can definitely, you know, be able to control the map and do a very good job with it. And obviously we'll see from what point will Storrs be defending their mounting their defense. And even then, There's this, and even if they do break through that defense, if they have players sticking in like this rock garden, I believe these are called, the rock garden, um, BHS will have to like run around, and it's not exactly directly to the point. So and alright, let's look at the team comps. We're looking at triple tank from, oh wow, 3 tanks, 3 supports from BHS. Definitely going for a definitely a quicker rush, I believe, that they would use for this, especially with the Lucio, Mega Besco on Lucio. Oh, interesting enough, also Professor is on the May, so he does seem he will be trying to block like right at that angle, though ideally he would block, you know, closer to the point. Actually, Duck pushing in. Yep, definitely all as I suspected, all of the tanks for BHS are just rushing in, trying to just break through that defense very quickly. All of them are very low on health. Actually, Axiomatic does get taken down, but the supports are coming through and do bring CG Gaming and Dragon back up. Professor's, you know, May Wall didn't really do much. Tree Fire over here is trying to just defend while Myers trying to contest as well, those two, but they're not really doing a very good job of that. Tree Fire seems to just get taken down, not Tree Fire, sorry. Myers gets taken down, Tree Fire is low on health and kind of alone, so she gets taken out as well. So, very nice quick push from BHS, definitely making use of the tanks, just very high, you know, health pool, allowing them to just rush and take the hits and just get on point immediately. Professor actually, you know, doing a good and effective Maywall, pushing it back a couple seconds, but Shadow Fang is immediately slept and taken out immediately. Professor is trying to just hold in. Dragon's, you know, deep self-destruct coming out, not really getting anybody, but zoning the enemy team and making sure that they, you know, are forced to get off the point, while allowing the rest of Dragon's team and the BHS to just go right onto the point immediately. Shadow Fang's Earth Shadow comes in, takes down 2 people, but doesn't exactly kill them, so allowing for, you know, BHS to not die immediately. Yeah, BHS is currently, ooh, a very nice grab right there, taking some people. Another also very effective Earth Shadow taking out the tank. You know, Storrs responded with their own Gravitron, but not very working very well. Professor is actually bringing down the Maze ult, you know, actually almost shutting down this offensive by BHS right now, and you'll notice that Master Chicken, CG Gaming, and Dragon are still on point, with only Professor and Tree Fire actually making only the Professor on point. Shadow Fang has come back onto point. So far, BHS has not managed to get any ticks of damage right there. Myers' Rigid Ult should probably force everyone else off the point, especially since most of her team is here. So Dragon and BHS and Axiomatic are all still on the point. Dragon self-destruct coming out, seeing if they can take out anybody. He does take out the guy, so Storrs is down on DPS, but they're still managing to take control CG Gaming, bring it down, gravity well, but not exactly doing comboing that with his team. Most of his team was kind of gone there, so they weren't able to make use of that ult. So now BHS has backed off. Definitely Duck making fun of Tree Fire right there. Although that might cost him his life. Nope, never mind. He does get out with his life. Tree Fire still up there trying to defend. So I would say that in this current moment, they have Axiomatic's ult to work with. If they can get Shadow Fang's shield down, they can definitely try and, you know, take out more people. It would be very nice if CG Gaming, you know, kept his Zarya ult, you know, so that they could combo between Axiomatic and Zarya, but they didn't exactly do that. Dragon gets a Nano instead of Axiomatic, and a Death Blossom is coming out of the guy, although it doesn't really get anybody, while Shadow Fang does fall. And Dragon and Mega Best Girl, along with Master Chicken, are both on, all 3 of them are on point. Axiomatic having a little bit of a battle with Tree Fire, being forced down into the stairwell. Dragon is trying to do a bit of damage, trying to take down Shadow Fang, but not really doing enough damage to take people out. We see a switch too far by CG Gaming, so it seems that the triple tank hasn't exactly been working out so well. Dragon gets shoved out of mech and is killed, and Mega Best Girl and CG Gaming are the only BHS players left in the second point. So I would expect CG to, you know, get out of there as soon as they can, or just, you know, die. Now he definitely is backing off. So yeah, so far so good. actually. Storrs have managed to take full control of the point so far and not allow BHS to get a solid footing. Actually, not even a single tick of, capture has been taken. So BHS here definitely with a still running the triple support. Not really sure how much damage Master Chicken is doing. If I wish I could check that. But, Maze Wall actually manages to separate BHS into half. CG Game gets taken down. Axiomatic tries using his ult, but he is currently doesn't have that kind of support from his team and gets taken down. They're still using ult. Dragon and Master Chicken are currently attacking. Dragon gets nanoed, but he is frozen and is taking a lot of damage from. Will we see him use Devault? No, they will not. The guy does take down Dragon, actually solo ulting him with the Death Blossom, but so a bit of a waste there. Not exactly very good ult management, but hey, it works, So BHS have once again been pushed back. Axiomatic actually switching back over to Winston. We might see if maybe Duck or Master Chicken switch on to DPS. We'll probably see a very nice, dive comp being formed here. I feel like that would be the move here, just trying to get all the players at the point at once, because one of the problems that BHS is facing, especially with the Professor, their main cause of this, is that they're kind of pushing in, but they're pushing in 3 or 2 at a time, not really moving in as a full 6 stack. So if they can manage to move all their players onto the point at once, maybe having Axiomatic jump in as Winston to be a distraction, then have Megu, sound boost, like speed boost everybody in. That would be a very nice play I would like to see from BHS, just to prevent Professor from getting the opportunity to split off their team. Maybe even taking the right route, though Shadowfang and Tree Fire are in the right porch, so I wouldn't exactly say that. Although they do seem to be going to the right, so I don't know if they know if there are 2 tanks, if Storrs 2 tanks are up there. No, they aren't exactly going. Oh, no. Are they going to go to the porch? No, they're kind of just going to the top balcony. So, yeah, as I said, they're kind of, this is better. They're sticking more as a group. BHS, if BHS can stick together, they can definitely prevent themselves from getting picked one by one. Axiomatic actually jumps in, gets support from Dragon, and actually, once again, they are actually getting split up here. Pharmacy actually now setting foot onto above the point, and because most of the Storrs defense was actually up on the terrace, BHS was able to get onto the point and take control very effortlessly. Actually, where were the? I don't know where the DPS for Storrs was. That's interesting actually. Not very sure where they went. I saw them on the point, but then they kind of saw them towards the top balcony, and then they kind of just weren't there anymore. That's interesting. I would like to see a replay on that. But yeah, as I said, BHS, they stuck together. They made that change to their plan. They actually, were able to get the second point. Very nice play from there in the BHS. Obviously, recognizing their weakness and fixing it on the fly. So we'll see if there's any other change in their comp right now for defense. Currently looking at it, they are definitely going for bit more characters with more zoning abilities. They have Mega Best Girl on Junkrat, which is interesting because he typically plays McCree. He tries to be their main McCree. So CG Game is actually taking that role right now, which is a little interesting switch. But nonetheless, that Junkrat will definitely allow them to have much more zone control. Definitely, he's very useful, especially here, since a lot of grenades will bounce very closely. Bounce a lot. There's a lot of pillars for the grenades to bounce into here. So even if Storrs take hold of this corner, Mega can still do some damage and push them back. Although you might see them. Oh, there's a triple tank actually coming out from Storrs, and this might actually be a dive comp on their half. Although never mind, the Meyer does switch off of Hammond. That would have been an interesting pick. Honestly, I felt like maybe if they had a bit more speed, they could definitely have bypassed the BHS defense, which is mostly focused on an Axiomatic actually being not very sure what he's going to do up here. He's kind of alone and playing the shield take. Now he's going to move back. I think he's just trying to get info on the enemy. That makes sense. They're going to have Mega Best Girl stay as a flank, though he does get immediately caught out by Professor. Although not, the Professor does do a nice amount of damage. Does take a nice amount of damage. Okay, so it does seem like they're going to a triple tank. Moth and the guys are supports. They're gonna have a Tree Fire trying to flank around. Well, Mega actually already has his Riptire, and he might be able to take care of. No, he gets rid of Shadow Fang. Tree Fire also goes down. That Riptire could have probably taken out both supports on the Storrs side, but didn't really. I think Shadow Fang was also a good pick because that really prevented the rest of Storrs to, move out and try to make them move. True Fire over here, trying to just do a bit of picking damage, scout if there's any traps, trying to take them out, but does Steel Trap goes down. So up to dangerous here. Shadow Fang gets immediately destroyed. He was trying to move in, didn't really use the bubble very well, so didn't really have team support. Also, the Professor gets taken out of his mech and killed. So over here, BHS doing a very solid job, just taking control of his immediate point. Meyer is trying to move in alone, surprisingly, to do a bit of damage. Storrs seem to be really staggered in their attacks right now. Although I do see that Meyer is moving back to regroup, and Professor and Shadow Fang are currently grouped up together along with Meyer's come back. So, okay, now they're actually moving back up. Those first few seconds of, first minute, I would say, of battle, they were very staggered and just kind of trying to push in one by one, which wasn't a very good move. But even then, now they've kind of recognized that and are moving back in. Tree Fire still trying to see if he can get an opportunity. I don't know if can Tracer make that jump into the hole. I believe she might be able to make it. I'm not sure. Professor gets taken now by Axiomatic, so now they're gonna have to wait for her to respawn unless they're willing to push her with a 5-man stack. While BHS over here is still retaining their very strong defense. Duck actually popping his ult, just to give those extra bits of armor to his teammates. Very nice, just fortifying the defense even more. Tree Fire over here towards the left, trying to do some damage, maybe get in. She does have Pulse Bomb, so if she can probably stick it in there, although she does get immediately trapped and gets killed. Moth's Sound Barrier comes out, and now actually BHS's defenses have been taken apart, although a very nice Riptire from Mega Besco who takes down 3 players, both supports and a tank of Storrs, and just completely shuts down their offense. Seriously, those 3 players, they should have really ran straight to the point. They were kind of trying to deal with the BHS players that were in front of them and just let that. They were grouped up way too close, and that Riptire just teared through them. Very nicely played on Mega Besco's behalf. So now, once again, BHS have taken control of the choke point once again, and now Storrs have about only a minute left to make a comeback in this game. It doesn't really seem like they're pushing in too well, although that self-destruct could be very nice. And Meyer actually trying to jump in, do some damage, bringing down his ult, using the mines to separate the BHS defense. Once again, Riptire comes out and takes out, once again, both supports. Wow, those 2 supports are playing really closely together, and Mega is just completely demolishing them. Seriously, forcing them to either have to split up and get picked off one by one, or just killing them outright both together. Gravity Ball coming out from Shadow Fang. Meyer trying to combo that in, but without an ult or with a really weak just ground slam, isn't really able to do much. Dragon does have his ult, actually so does Duck and Master Chicken, so they could have done a bit of zoning. Although Dragon does decide to use his ult to just deal and prevent any further pushing from the main point. Though, who was it that's on the point? Oh, that was just Moth who managed to wrap it around from the left. Overtime was taken for Storrs, but they weren't able to capitalize on that, and that's the end of map 2. Wow, very nicely played by BHS, just a really strong hold, very good zoning by Mega Beskirl, and just very well played, honestly. They were able to do a very good job preventing Storrs, just staggering their respawns, and Storrs there, they were kind of just not doing a very good job. Tree Fire wasn't able to really get in and do that much damage. He was that very nice Riptire that managed to just completely deny their most successful push. Once again, 3 of the 4 cards going to BHS. So, yeah, that's very nice. So that's going to actually wrap it up. The best of 3, so BHS takes it 2-0. Very enjoyable game, honestly. Nice first scrim of the season between Storrs. I believe they were Storrs. Never really got clear. Oh, there it is. Yeah, here's the team. Actually, here's for an interview. I'm still recording.
Hello!
who should I interview?
I'm the pro Devo.
Yeah.
thing,
Okay.
by the
So
way.
yeah, exactly. Dragon. Let's. What is your opinion of the current meta?
My opinion was that I definitely carried that game. Thank you.
Okay.
Take it
Good.
back.
All right. All right. That's the game. Follow me on Twitter at Gorkaman. Gorka_man. All right. Have a nice day.